Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my 2 cents on it. My name is Gerald, and I give my 2 cents on topics. Everybody give their 2 cents on things, so I said, hey, why can't I get my 2 cents on it? And today I'll be talking a little sports talk with my frequent guest, Mr. Greedy Sports Talk. Sir, how you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm great, man. Thanks for having me on. I know I was running a little bit late behind today, but it's an honor to be on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Better late than never. So yeah, so we gonna chop it up. We ain't gonna hold you up too long since we came in a little late. We just go knock it out. So we gotta, of course, get to the NBA playoffs where this week a few teams started planning their vacations. The
Oh
Suns,
yeah.
yeah, the Suns, Pelicans, Lakers, and Heat are all um, home for the off season. So, Greedy, if you have any thoughts about any of the teams that are planning their vacation, by all means, go ahead.
All right. Man, where should I start? Oh, well, I think I'm gonna start with the Lakers and Nuggets series. I was telling homies, I was telling my peoples that the Lakers are not gonna make it to no game 7. But for some reason, every time LeBron win one game, they're like, oh, we can come back. Like, no, 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 you're not coming back. And then the other thing is, like, people are saying, oh, Murray hurt, we can definitely win the series. I said, wait a minute, win the series? I said, Murray ain't gonna sell out no game 5. I said, you crazy? So it's like, people fell for the okie doke, the banana, in the tailpipe. Pause. you know, I, I was, I don't know if you friends with him, but Theron Robinson, I was telling him, I should say T-Bone. I ain't gonna say his whole government name on here. Let me scratch that. But I was telling him, he's one of the guys that's, LeBron fans. I was telling him, like, man, I know you think LeBron the GOAT, but you ain't coming back no 3 get some nuggets, And Murray just sent them packing, man. I loved it. Murray sent them packing. And getting to the Suns and Timberwolves series, how they got all that time. Go back to something you said earlier on the previous podcast. You had said they're too top heavy, and it showed that in that series. Now I'm not gonna give KD any excuses. This like his what third super team he jumped on. I mean, first was the Warriors, right? Then the Brooklyn Nets, then the Suns. I haven't seen Kevin Durant do anything outside the Warriors. It's true. People say it's not all his fault. He need help. But if you jump from teams like that, and you the veteran, you gotta get your team together. Everybody want to give the stars nowadays they flowers, but they don't want to hold them accountable. And that's my problem with that. That's my like only problem with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be praised for doing great things, but then when stuff get stressful or stuff get under pressure, you know what I'm saying? You don't want the stars to take no blame. And that's also the reason I have like somebody with LeBron James. Is like I say, well, he did his part. It's his teammates, they ain't show up. And and, that's going back. Why I can't. It's hard for me to compare somebody to Michael Jordan or or Kobe X like person. Because like they took accountability. Like if they failed, they said, well, we just didn't play well. We didn't do this. We don't go and say like, oh, we had injuries and our team won whole. Nobody want to hear it because if either of them teams, the Suns or Lakers, will won that series, guess what they be saying? Oh man, that was incredible. So we got you can't do we gotta have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? You can't praise somebody for doing something great, but when they lose, you want just to deflect blame off of them. And that's my opinion on the series in the West. Going back into the East, well, let's go back to the West. Now with the Pelicans, no Zion Williamson, we pretty much expect the OKC to get him out, in 4 games. That's a given for OKC. But then going on to the East with Miami. there's also a given. No Jimmy Butler. That Miami Heat team is a whole different team without Jimmy Butler. So that's my thoughts on that. I think all the stuff that happened is what we expected.
Yeah, so my thoughts are I guess I start at order. I'll start with Timberwolves Suns. I think the trade to acquire Bradley Beal was unnecessary, as thinking about it in hindsight, because I think with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, you already had a 1-2 punch. So when you acquired Bradley Beal, you gave up your shooting guard and Chris Paul. Not only that, Bradley Beal makes the next 3 years $161 million, and he has a no trade contract. So he really has uh, hampered this team for the next few years. So I think it was necessary. They should have just either kept Chris Paul, or if they were just adamant about moving off of him, they should have just bumped up Cam Johnson, to be a starter, and then acquired backup him to be a point guard. Also, as well, they should have kept DeAndre Ayton. Part of the issue was the issue with Monty Williams. But once you fired Monty Williams, you could have, gone back to DeAndre and said, let's, try to make up and everything, because Aiden, even though he does occasion slack off, he's still miles better than Yusef Nurkic. So he would have been a lot more helpful. And then in turn, you'd have more money to acquire a bench, because Phoenix has no point guard, no bench. And then, of course, with Bill, Durant, and Booker taking up 100, $150 million in your contract and money over the next few years. That's happening to the team for doing anything. So they have to. I'm thinking the other way for them to get better is they got to trade Kevin Durant, because they got to trade KD to a team where they acquire pieces to build around Booker and Bill, because of course Devin Booker is a franchise player, and Bradley Beal has no trade contract, so he's not going anywhere unless he wants to a better destination. So I think moving on to the Lakers and Nuggets, to me, the Nuggets are a better team than the Lakers, so it's no shame the Lakers losing. So quite honestly, the Nuggets should have swept. They gave the Lakers that game. That's why I had the Lakers beating the so losing the five to the Nuggets, because I think the Nuggets would get them a game, because once they went up 3-0, if they wanted to, they would have had swept. But they said, let's just let them get this one and bring back to Denver and beat them in five. Exactly what they did. Because Jamal
Mhm.
Murray is, he is one of the proven clutch time players in the league.
Oh yeah.
I understand why they gave it to Steph Curry, but I wonder, maybe they should wait the playoffs, because Jamal Murray is sure he is a clutch time player for sure.
Oh yeah.
So there's no shame in that. I think LeBron now, of course, as I said, is playing now to extend the scoring record, and also as well to play whatever team requires the son, Bronny James. So it's time for the Lakers to, in essence, start over too. So if he wants to stay on Lakers with Bronny and go elsewhere, and they trade AD to start over, that's what's going to have to happen. And also with the Pelicans and Thunder, yeah, we all knew without Zion, it was a done deal.
Hmm.
But the fact they didn't win the game without him shows that they might need to acquire better pieces to play with Zion, depending on he is out, which is often. Even though this shit he did play, he just suffered a forced injury. So maybe they need to trade Brandon Ingram, as Trey said on my show a few weeks ago. Maybe trade him. Maybe just get the pieces to build around Ingram and CJ McCullough, because they got right now isn't it. And the Heat, the Celtics, I believe the Celtics should have swept too. They took the foot off the gas, but got back on it quick and hard to the Heat packing. So yeah, so I guess that you know Heat culture is real, no doubt about it. The Heat
Right.
culture is real, but without Jimmy Butler and Terry
There
Rozier,
you go.
two of your three leading scorers, that culture ain't gonna matter much if you can't score, put the ball in the basket. So to me, the Heat just got outclassed without two of their big dogs, and like the Cubs should do, wait until next year.
There we go.
Yeah, so one series is already set for sure, and it's a big one. It's Timberwolves and Nuggets. I will admit I slept on the Timberwolves. They are a damn good team, and I believe they're gonna give the Nuggets a run for their money this series. So,
Oh
what are your
yeah.
thoughts on the series?
Now, I know. I think it was a few podcasts ago when you asked me who did I expect to be in the Western Conference Finals, and the Timberwolves one of my picks. You know, because of Anthony Edwards, Carl Anthony Towns, and Mike Conley and them. They actually have a pretty good team. And I do think that game with the Nuggets, they can possibly go seven, but as great as the Nuggets are, you go back to the first round series with the Lakers. I did see some like especially in the first half. I want your opinion on that. It sounded the Nuggets came out, like sleepwalking in the first half. It's like they let the Lakers go up by so much, and then they came back and said, okay, second half, time to turn championship mode back on, and just walk them down. But they don't want to do it with the Timberwolves. I can tell you right now because the Timberwolves get like a 25-point lead. They're a better team than the Lakers, and they're gonna keep that 20-some point lead. That's the only thing I worry about the Nuggets. They go in the game, on the first half just sleepwalking like it did with the Lakers. But it's gonna be an intriguing series. I say it much. It's gonna be like a very fun and interesting series.
So, if you had to give your prediction, what would you give?
I would probably take the Nuggets in seven. I just feel like it's got the feel that it's gonna be like a long series to me. At least 6 or 7 games.
I also got the Nuggets at 7. I believe the Timberwolves, show me they are a legitimate basketball team and a future NBA title contender. Anthony Edwards is proven to be that dude. He
Oh
is
yeah.
stepping up. He is stepping up, and I believe in a few years he will be, without a doubt, the best player in the NBA. He has proven that for sure. I mean, Carl Towns, he produced when necessary. Rudy Gobert is expanding his defensive range, so maybe all the haters can get off of him. He's proven that he is a functional perimeter defender when necessary. Even though the paint is his forte, he can't step out when
Yeah.
necessary. He has proven that. Mike Conley, he's stepping up. Nas Reed, the sixth man of the year, proving his worth. So Timberwolves are a good team. The only thing bad happened in Phoenix was their coach getting injured, but he said for game one he will be there.
Oh man,
He
that
will
was
be there.
crazy.
So Coach Chris Finch will be there for the whole series, even
Oh
after
great.
knee surgery. So testament to him. So he showed it to his team what toughness is all about. So when I look at the champs, I mean, what can you say? It starts with the best player right now, the Joker, Nikola Jokic. It all starts this with
Oh
him,
yeah.
this series. And Jamal Murray, who I just mentioned, is Mr. Clutch, the man who ends it.
Mr. Clutch. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, the Joker starts it, and Jamal Murray ends it. And also, you have, what can I say, Aaron Gordon, Cartavius, Caldwell Pope. I mean, they got Michael Porter Jr. I mean, this team has, depth. They have, a good star lineup. I mean, that's why they're the defending NBA champions.
Right.
Minnesota is going to push Denver to their limit. I do give that. They're not
Yeah.
going to be afraid of Denver, and they shouldn't be. They're going to give Denver all they got, but in the end, the champions think they're experienced. I think, the tenacity of the Joker, Jamal Murray will roll out over the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves will have earned their respect. So I got, like I said, Denver in 7. It's going to be a very interesting series that I'll be watching every game. And so let's talk about last night. As I expected, Milwaukee, beat Indiana. Uh, but I do got Indiana at 6, like I said in my predictions. Indiana will close out the Bucks at 6. But
Yeah.
also last night, the 76ers won elimination when they beat the Knicks. Tyrese Maxey went off for 46 points. Joel Embiid dominated. So what are your thoughts on these two series where the Bucks and 76ers extended their season for at least one more game each?
Okay. I want to start with the Bucks and the Pacers. Halliburton, he's a great talent, but I ain't gonna take nothing away from him. Pacers got like a legit team. But you look at things in its actuality. Giannis. I don't think Giannis played either one of them games because he was hurt. Now, if they had Giannis, I hate to say it, I would have been picking the Bucks, but the fact that Giannis hadn't played in neither one of them games, it kind of gave Indiana Pacers a little easier series. But I did see a dog, Pat Beverly. Man, Bobby Portis came to show up in the last game. And all the players like Middleton and all of them, they did what they did. But I think the biggest players was Bobby Portis and Pat Beverly. Being like game changers of that game last time. The last game I saw the other day. And the Pacers, you're right. The Pacers got a great chance to like send the Milwaukee Bucks home. But what's amazing about the Milwaukee Bucks, they're able to get that game without Dame or Giannis. That's the most amazing part to me. So it lets you know that they got complementary players that can play hard and scrappy, and ready to play. It's a game out. But I just think the Pacers, in the end, gonna have too much in that next game. And flipping over to the Sixers and Knicks. Now, what's amazing? No, Maxi and Jordan B, are amazing, especially Maxi, man. That guy's something special. I mean, we hit that three from the logo, send the overtime. Like, wow, I like that. That's a big time clutch shot. Should we seen from Murray do it to the Lakers twice, but then you got a Maxi that that closes like that. That might go seven. But who I'm more impressed by in this series is the Knicks. Jalen Brunson doing what he doing without his second hand man Julius Randle. That's ultra impressive. And I can say that this guy a good chance to close it out. And that'd be one of the biggest. I'm gonna say it. That'd be one of the biggest upsets to the same Sixers. Cause see, the issue I have the same Sixers. They have talent. But the thing is, Jordan B. You don't know which Jordan B. you gonna get. You know he's gonna be a hard Jordan B. Or you gonna know he's gonna be that soft Jordan B. That he sits out with injury or something like that, or something happens to him. And Jordan B is a great talent. I'm not hating on the brother, but it's the injuries for me. It's his mentality. He also cries. He got like a little LeBron in him. He like to cry sometime about when stuff ain't going his way. And that's my take. I picked the Knicks. I'm gonna stick with the Knicks. But I can actually see his game. I can actually see his getting pushed to seven in some way, in some funny type of way.
Yeah, so I'll start with Pacers Bucks. I give credit to the Bucks for showing up and winning without Dame and Giannis. Is obvious both going to be out for the rest of this series. So credit to Bobby Portis and Chris Middleton, who each scored 29 points. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
the Bucks showed they got hurt. I give credit to that, and I guess you want to give Doc Rivers credit for coaching them to have hurt. You can give that to him too. But I do believe Indiana knows that Game 6, Indiana is their Game 7. So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's best imperative that with Milwaukee in their house, they have 3-2 that they close the Bucks out because if they're the welcome back to Milwaukee tied 3-3 because they may come back. Giannis may come back for that one game seven, and that may push Milwaukee over the top to put them out. So it's imperative they put out Milwaukee tomorrow night, which I believe they will. And on
Mm.
to the Sixers and Knicks. It was a game. I guess it was a little payback because the NBA said they missed Tyrese Maxey commit a foul because the game two, the Sixers got robbed. So now last night the Knicks got robbed. So it's payback for payback. So I do believe the 76ers will beat the Knicks and force a game seven. I do believe they regain momentum, and with the Knicks come back in their house, they're gonna put in the work to force a game seven. And if I had to choose a game seven, I'm gonna go with the Knicks. I do believe Jalen Brunson was shot in the guard to make sure his team would not go home.
Oh yeah.
And also real quick on Sixers Knicks Sunday, Joel Embiid was really complaining about how so many Knicks fans were in Philadelphia's arena. I forget the name of the arena. They changed the arena's name so much. He was saying, it really wasn't right, and he really felt like the fans kind of let them down and sent out to Knicks fans. What are your thoughts on fans selling their tickets to opposing fans, for money?
Well, it's a dirty thing, but I get if we in the capitalist society, capitalism where everybody want make some money, or profit from something, but you know, I find it kind of funny, but kind of dirty in the same sense. As far as like it be complaining, I'm gonna say this, he needs to stop complaining and just play ball, man. Because he's been doing a lot of complaining lately. Last year he was complaining about not getting the MVP, and they gave him the MVP. And then complaining about fouls and this and that. I'm like, dude, can you stop just complaining and just play ball? You know, you you worrying about the wrong stuff to me.
Yeah, what that tells me is that 76er fans are kind of like fed up with the
The trust the
prolonged
process.
process of this team. Yeah, prolonged process of this team. Like this team, like of all the wins, of all the hype they got, have never reached the Eastern Conference Finals in the Joel Embiid area.
Right.
They come close with two game sevens. The Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry, three
Yeah,
game
you're right.
sevens.
That's one of them.
Three. Three game sevens. The Kawhi Leonard bounce ball they got in. I give them
Yeah.
that. They had false around all the way, but lucky shot by Kawhi put them out. The game seven against Atlanta where Ben Simmons just crapped the bed, and I gave him on him, and the whole team did, rightfully so. And also the game last year against Boston, where James Harden really be no show in the fourth quarter after we 3-2 on Boston. So let Boston win the game six for Philadelphia, then close them out in game seven to Boston. So
Mm,
like this team has never reached Eastern Conference Finals. I think the fans have partially given up on the team, man. I
yeah.
really can't blame them because
Me
like
either.
they haven't really produced the results the team on the type has produced. For the last few years, Atlanta has been to a Eastern Conference final at the Sixers of Smiths. You had, of course, the Heat. I mean, went to the finals twice in the last few years. I mean,
Hmm.
we have the Sixers done. So, I mean, if Joel Embiid feels the fans are done with the team, maybe it's a good reason. Maybe he might want to go elsewhere if it don't work out this year.
Yeah, man, that's why I say like, the Jordan B, he does too much crying, he when he focuses on the wrong stuff, it's like let the ownership, worry about the fans and all that, you just go out there and play ball. Don't see that's a distraction.
I
Get
agree. I agree, but at the same time, NBA is a superstar driven league, so superstars round the league. So a superstar has a complaint. More than likely, it's going to be at least heard. It may not be done, but it's going to be heard. Like
yeah,
the NFL is about the shield. It's about the teams. The NBA is
exactly.
about the NBA is about the superstars. It's driven by LeBron and KD, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, James Harden, all the top players. Like
Right.
you can ask the casual fan to name a player, and they can name the player. I mean, they may not be able to name the team they are because they change teams so much, but they can name the player. Now you can barely ask the casual fan to name 15 anonymous NFL players. We could not, but more likely they can answer 15 anonymous NBA players because it's about individual more than the team. So that's why.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna say it didn't always used to be like that. Even when the even you go back to the like 80s and 90s, where you had the Bird, Magic Johnson, it's still, you look at the age, it's still about the, Celtics and Lakers. Even in the 70s, 60s, still about the Celtics and Lakers. It wasn't always about, the player. And that, I think this is my opinion. I think that's what's messing with the ratings too. The NBA is they make it too much about the players. To a certain extent. You know, because I can give you a good instance. You know what I'm saying? If you ask any casual front fan outside of the stars, who a certain player is, you just touched on this. They wouldn't know because it's not about the team. It's just about like certain players. The reason why some people know about Steph Curry because they see him in commercials, right? I'm talking about the casuals. The reason why I know about LeBron James because they see him in commercials and even movies. The reason why I know about Kevin Durant because well, shoot, he's talked about a lot. But see, when and the other problem is too, why the Rays might be low this year, is because like they not only do they play take towards the team, but I mean the players, but it's too many unnecessary, stoppages and foul calls. It's just the NBA got to find a way, to shape that up, because I think that's unnecessary. Then teams, then players are not being low. Players are not staying on teams, for a long haul. They did just do back in the days, when teams. I mean, players was loyal to the teams. Like you say Larry Bird, Larry Bird was with Boston. You say Magic Johnson, Magic Johnson the Lakers. You say Isaiah Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
he's with the Pistons. You say Michael Jordan, he's with the Bulls. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't all this team hopping. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like soon as a fan buy a jersey, they say, "Oh man, he going to another team now. Now I got to buy the jersey of another team because the player went to another team." So it's a lot. I mean, it's good that players have control as far as like empowerment. They can do what they want to do in free agency, but it getting to a point where they giving the players too much control. You know, and that's my opinion on that. I know I went on a little tangent talk about something, but I just have to get that off. Pause.
No, it's fine. So when you spoke, you made 3 points. I'm going to hit on all of them. The first about promoting the players over the teams. When David Stern became commissioner in '84, he realized the best model was to promote your best players. So when it was the Lakers and the Celtics, he promoted Magic and Bird. That's when Magic and Bird, their rivalry, from college. When Bird was at Indiana State and Magic was at Michigan State when it's in the that championship game with the Lakers and Celtics. So when they faced off, that's what David Stern did, promoted that meeting. And that's what led fans to watch the NBA. And then when Michael Jordan came on, Jordan took it
Hmm.
to an even higher level. So of course we both Jordan. So that's why they're never gonna go away from promoting the stars of the team. And that's what led to their rise. Because the '70s, '60s, '70s, they were watched a little bit. They were on tape delay. They weren't even live for most of their games. So Magic and Bird became big and Jordan became bigger. That's when the NBA became a focus. So that's their
Hmm.
motto. They're never gonna go away with that. Also, as well, you were talking about calling out the fouls. The NBA has a fear ever since 2004 of balance of the palace. They don't want to go back to the days of the '80s and '90s where it was fights out there damn on a daily basis like you at a bar. They don't want to go
Yeah.
back to that. So you might see players talk and all this talk that you never gonna see the physical fights like that. So the fouls also make sure that it never gets to that point where it gets physical like that ever again. That's why as well. So also that as well, and also as well with the player empowerment. I'm all for it because in the NFL, the owners, like have majority of the power, which is crazy because the NFL, to me, of all the leagues, should be guaranteed money because these guys are putting bodies on the line on a weekly, sometimes bi-weekly basis, and old rich white man the ones collect most of the money. So I'm all for a player, saying, I don't want to play with this guy. I want to win a championship. I want to go to this city. I'm all for it. Now, if a team wants to give the player what he wants, that's all the power to the player. I'm all, and also as well, I'm all for, I don't want nobody to be anywhere where they don't want to be. I'm not going to hold no man hostage. If a man wants to go, the man will go. No man is ready to be. So if he wants to go, if I own team A, the guy, a player on my team, say I'm going to go to team B, you can do what you want to do because I'm not going to hold you because you are not ready to be. Yeah, you might make me X amount of dollars and you might give me X amount of wins, but if you want to go somewhere, you will go ahead and I will get the value I believe I could get for you. So if you want to go ahead, go ahead. I'm all for it because the owners, have, because the owner will, general manager will trade the guy off a team in an instant, just like that. The guy can be with a team for years and years, but if a team feels he isn't good anymore, they can trade him for a better player. They'll do it in an instant, just like that. So watch the player feel I go elsewhere to better my situation. That's my take on it.
No, it's cool. Well, we have some different thoughts on them 3 points. That's cool.
Yeah. And also last night, I think it's obvious both 4 or 5 series might go to 7. The Cavaliers barely got by the Magic to go up 3-2. So I'm all for believe that Orlando will win Game 6. So excuse me, it's all about I believe Game 7 between the Magic and Cavs. So if we got to that point, who you have?
Um, don't the Cavaliers got home court advantage?
Yes.
I'm gonna say Cavs. I'm just gonna say Cavs. No, I have them for beginning of the series. I'm gonna stick to it because it seems like nobody went on the road yet. I could be wrong because I ain't see all
No,
the
they have it.
games,
They have it.
but
Our home team's the one.
yeah. So it's like the home team will come out victorious in this series.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm I'm under the feeling that Orlando may stick out and win the Game 7. Something tells me they may just intensify their defense and they may force, a player to a cash player to a shot he don't want to make and win like in the end. I do believe that Pablo Becerra is going to come up big and Orlando is going to beat Cleveland to 7. I think it originally had Cleveland to 7, but I think I'm going to change go to Orlando 7. I think Orlando is going to clap on defensively and they're going to be playing Boston in the next round.
Ooh, ooh, man, ooh. Man, if Orlando do that, man, they're they'll be interesting series. You know what I'm saying? But I just think with Boston experience, they should be able to take care of Orlando.
They will. They will. It's just that, Boston does fall over the threes too much. And if Orlando can clamp down
Yeah,
defensively, they can at least take Boston to 6.
yeah. I
Yeah.
I can see a scenario too. I actually can see a scenario as well. But if the Cavs play Boston, I probably think matchup wise, but to be honest, I think the Celtics can be either one of them teams. Like it's not gonna matter too much.
Yeah. Boston will beat either team. That's obvious. But I think,
Yeah,
the goal is of both teams to gain more playoff experience, to build on, their playoff
yeah.
experience for next year, year after year after. But yeah, it should be very interesting series. So let's go on to the game right now. The Mavs and Clippers. They are at it again in game 5 in
Five. Yep.
LA. And the score right now is halftime. The Mavs is up 56-46.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Like in the DraftKings, I actually took the Mavericks. I actually did.
Okay, I can understand that. Luka Doncic say he's feel he let down the Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I figure if Luka feel he not playing up his capabilities, which he was still putting on good games, even with he feel he not at his best. I mean, Luka's gonna try to show out. So it's up to the Clippers to keep home court because if they lose the Dallas tonight, they're gonna lose to Dallas on Friday at 6.
Oh yeah, it's going back to Dallas. Woo! No gonna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I do believe that. So James Harden, he was talking about send to the Clippers. So he better show out for the Clippers to
Right.
win tonight. Right now, he only has 5 points on 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 for 3 point. So that's not good.
That's not gonna get it
So
done.
Luca, yeah, not really too much. The Clippers' leading scorer is Ivan Zubac with 13 points. I like
That's
Zubac,
not good.
but if he's right, if he's your leading scorer, you're not winning many games if you're the Clippers.
Right.
So yeah, with the Mavs, Luka Doncic has 15 points. Maxi Kleber has 12 points. So they
Mm.
get help from one of the non-big two. So that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it shall be something. Yes, it shall be something.
But
So
well, James Harden, he has a history of disappearing in playoffs. So
yes, you
he
are.
has something to prove.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. So he better show up. Him and Paul George better show up because Kawhi Leonard has his yearly playoff injury. So those two have to step up. And if they
Right.
know the Clippers will be going home for another early playoff exit, which is to the surprise of nobody.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get to some non NBA news. I know you're real big on boxing, so boxer Ryan Garcia tested positive for a banned substance, Osterine, after his the day before the Davis upset win over Devin
David
Haney
Henry.
last month.
Yeah.
Yes, the urine samples were collected prior to the fight, but the results were known to the latter. This is from ESPN.com. Garcia has 10 days to request that his meat sample be tested. Garcia's A sample also screened positive for 19 dorotestosterone, but his presence is confirmed until further lab analysis. So he gave out a statement on Twitter. I'm sorry, now X. I'm sorry. Quote: Everybody knows I don't cheat. Unquote. Never taken a steroid. I don't even know when to get steroids. I barely take supplements. Big lies. I beat his ass. Unquote. So, if he did take this, what would your thoughts be about that?
Well, he need to get them title stripped away from him. It's just as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody should be playing on a fair playing field. You know what I'm saying? You can't test positive and expect no repercussions. So I feel like if he tests positive, he needs to get them. He need to get that win taken away from him and them belts taken away from him. You know, and he need to be suspended.
Yes, I agree. Like it's no room for cheaters in the world of sport. You can't really get this unfair advantage. So that is unfair to everybody who plays by the rules and does things how they're supposed to do. So I do
Right.
believe that entirely.
But it's just shameful though. I seen that news. While I was out and about today, I seen that news pop up on my phone, and I was like, oh no, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, you're right about that. And also, we're gonna end with a little sad, disappointing news. The third brother of Michael Porter Jr. has done something incredibly stupid. So
Oh my
his
god.
His two older brothers, one was banned from the league for life for gambling. The other one went to jail for the DUI accident for a few years. Now he has his younger brother, and he was arrested on suspicion of DWI. So this is quote also ESPN.com. Javon Porter, a former Pepperdine standout, the younger brother of Denver Nuggets star Michael Porter Jr., was arrested Friday night in Missouri on suspicion of DWI. Missouri State Sergeant Kyle Green confirmed to ESPN. Porter 20 was released on summons and I booked into jail in Boone County where the incident occurred, according to Green. The news of Porter's arrest was first reported by Power Mizzou. I gotta say, if I was Michael Porter Jr., man, I would just own my family at this rate because how do all three of my brothers we just do something stupid over the last few weeks? Just put me in the news over their stupidity. It's just it's just sad and ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. I know my phone's getting low on percentage. It's like I just hope Michael Porter Jr. Can block out all the unfortunate stuff because when you on a championship run, you don't need no outside distractions, to block you from doing your craft and being focused, because I seen, in history says in itself that, if all this stuff going on with family and you hearing all the noise, you listen to all the noise, that's sometimes gonna affect, a player's game. But I think Michael Porter Jr. got a strong coach and Coach Malone, and he has strong-minded players around him like Joker, Murray and them. They gonna keep him focused and wheeled in. And Michael Porter Jr. just stay off the phone. It's unfortunate that his family going through that stuff. But I agree with you. It's just plain stupid. There's no reason for it.
I agree, and I do believe the Nuggets organization is surrounding him, with positive thoughts and positive people. I'm glad they're around him because that's a damn shame. All three of his brothers are stupid idiots. All three
Yeah.
of them. Damn shame. So, Greedy, can you tell the people how to reach you on social media?
Right now, I have a YouTube channel on Greed Sports Talk, and I also have a Facebook page, Greed Sports Talk. You can reach out to me on there. You know what I'm saying? I have like some views that people will agree with, and some views that people don't agree with. But I try to span my knowledge across boxing, basketball, and some football too. So. We know the page is still, I mean, the YouTube page is still a work in progress, but join so you can see some content. You subscribe and listen to it. Also, my Greed Sports Talk Facebook page. You can see what's on there. I already been the LeBron hater, so I'm just gonna I took the title, but I talk about everything.
All right, champ. You can find me on Facebook, Gerald Britts, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. My 2 cents on it. For my co-host, Greedy Sports Talk. I am Gerald Britts, aka My 2 cents on it, and that was our 2 cents on it. Good night. Thank you again, Greedy.
Thanks again for having me on.